Welcome to Booze and Glues, a justifiable excuse for two friends to spend time together, cross crafts off their to-do list, and, of course, drink. With glue guns and wine glasses at the ready, join Jessye Shepherd and Tabitha Davis as they attempt to simultaneously chat, craft, chug and charm. Will they consume alcohol? Definitely. Will they actually accomplish anything? Debatably. Will they bitch and complain? Inevitably. Will it be a bloody good time? Absolutely. And if things don't turn out just as planned, well, that's okay too. Because booze!
Happy Cinco.
Swinkwell.
Cinco. Let me say this in the widest way possible.
Right? Like, how can we make it even worse?
Worse than it is. Happy Cinco de Quatro, everyone!
Woohoo!
We are, probably shouldn't be, but we're eating chips.
Yeah, y'all are gonna love it.
And guacamole and salsa. We've got some strawberry margaritas.
And mine's virgin, but
Of course.
I think
It's
you might
making
have
me
a trick my
bug
mind.
in your hair.
Get it! Hey, you want to know what's weird?
Look.
So, yeah, today, I don't know what I did at lunch, but I
think it's just a leaf or a
got
pod.
back to work from lunch, and my coworker was like, what's in your hair? And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, it looks like you walked through like a bush. So I like flipped my hair over and I like shook it out and stuff. And she's like, what did you do at lunch? I'm like, I took my dog to the bathroom, but I don't like walk through trees on the way there. So
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I was standing over a tree, but it's not like it was winter. Under.
I was like, that was a tiny tree.
I don't stand over a lot of things.
Me either.
At 5 feet tall. But yeah, so
I'm 5 foot and 1/2 of an inch.
Oh,
I got that half inch on you.
you do. I think at one point I used to tell people I was 5 foot and 1/4 of an inch. I don't really even think that's true. I think I was pushing that.
I think I used to be 5'1", or I thought I was 5'1", but then I got measured and I was like, oh no, actually.
Well, the last doctor I went to, the TB doctor that I just really don't like, she measured me and was like, okay, 5'1.5", and I laughed. And she's like, what's so funny? I'm like, I'm not that tall. That's what's funny. She's like, well, that's what I see. I'm like, then you're having a rough time
We need
because
some glasses.
literally nobody's ever come close to that. So,
Oh, by the way, people, you're listening to Booze and Glues.
this is Booze and Glues.
I'm Tab,
I'm Jessye.
and we're celebrating Cinco de Quatro.
And I love Chipotle.
Yeah, this is all good. I had Mexican food for lunch. I had my usual breakfast, which was just peanut butter toast with blueberries on it.
Wow, that sounds kind of good. I've never had blueberries and peanut butter together.
It's delicious. It's like having some kind of amazing fresh jam.
Wow.
And I sprinkle a little bit of hemp seeds on top so it has a little extra nutty crunch. It's pretty yummy. It's my latest kick. I've probably been eating peanut butter toast for breakfast every day for almost 10 years, so I'm really mixing it up.
Wow. I actually change breakfast up a lot. Lately, we've been having a lot of cereal, which is weird because I try to avoid cereal because it tends to have a lot of calories and sugars, the ones you really want to eat, you know? And then you add milk to it, and milk's got a lot of calories.
Right.
But,
And I've never been like, milk.
oh, see, I love milk.
Oh.
But it was like hurting. I could just drink chocolate milk all day long. Like literally all day long. And so having milk at the house was bad because I would just make chocolate milk all the time. And that adds up. I mean,
For
milk's
sure.
not awful for you.
No.
But you put a ton of chocolate in it. And, I mean, milk has sugar too.
And it becomes not that great.
Yeah.
Jackson's science book, he was doing like a health thing last weekend. And he was keeping track of all of his meals and all this stuff and nutrients. And under the like dairy section, it said like milk. And then there's like a little italicized, you should have a glass of milk at every meal.
What?
And I was just like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with the world? You know that, like, the food pyramid was made by Monsanto. Like, that's who
I don't know
funded it.
I don't know what that means.
Monsanto? The big giant, I think they're corn company. But they're the ones everyone's freaking out about because of the GMOs.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I think, well, the pyramid, I think, is kind of out. Not a lot of people are following the pyramid anymore.
Well, because it's whack.
It's the My Plate. Have you heard of that?
Where
So
there's,
it's
like portions.
It's like a picture of a plate and how much of, like, each type of food you should have.
Right. But I'm just saying, it was a great opportunity to give the be critical of everything lesson, right? Think critically about all the information you're presented. Because I'm like, who helped pay to make this book? Right. Obviously, the Milk and Dairy Council. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, because milk, I mean, like I said, milk's not bad. Especially if you're a kid. It's a great way to get, like, protein in,
right.
help
and
your bones.
Kids need more calories. They're growing.
Right.
Like, I understand that.
But a glass at every meal, whoa, baby.
There's other ways to get nutrition.
Uh-huh.
And there's other, like, more complex ways to get nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It really made me think back to, like, when we were in school and they counted ketchup as, like, a vegetable.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, yeah, no. Which, that's another big controversy at the moment. Because I guess the Trump administration's going a little laxer on the
school lunches.
School lunch.
I heard.
Yeah. Which I'm kind of like...
We're pretty lax on school lunches. Let's be real.
Right.
So
I know. I'm
get
kind of
laxer?
like, why are we just letting it slide more? Like, if anything, I feel like it probably needs more strictness and guidelines, but...
Right. I mean, granted, I'm sure it's very difficult to make that much food for that many kids and have it be nutritious. Get it. But they do it in England pretty well. Jamie Oliver seems to be winning that game.
I don't even know who that is.
He's this, like, British chef.
He's not the one that screams at people.
No, that's Gordon Ramsay.
Is he British?
He is.
I thought so.
But this guy, he was popular, like, actually right around when I went and studied over there. And he had this show where he, like, went around to school lunches and talked to, like, the lunch ladies about the nutrition and stuff and what we're feeding our kids and would, like, try to help schools have healthier lunches.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was, like, his goal in life.
And I also think that for some reason we're on this kick of, like, we have to have all of these, like, vitamins and minerals and everything every day. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the whole, like, multivitamin thing and all that stuff. And that's not really how our bodies work. You know, it's like if you get some of this day and then the next day you get this other thing, you know,
you're going to be all right.
You're going to be covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I was actually just talking because my bosses, we're all kind of, well, pretty much all the time we're talking about weight at work. We've got the weirdest culture of all lifetimes. New people, we always say, like, you really don't have to be a part of our weight loss freakiness.
Yes.
Like, live your own life. We're not pushing this on anybody. But it just tends, like, everybody starts a job and we all tend to, like, gain weight.
Right.
And then we obviously want to go down. We're, like, just helping to encourage that, I think. But my bosses diet very strictly, especially one of them, just, like, she cuts herself down to, like, super low calories and she loses weight really fast. But it always makes me nervous because I'm like, you're not even eating as much as your body burns if you were in a coma all day.
Right.
Because your body just burns calories as just being alive.
Right. And I feel like the only way I can lose weight is if I am conscious of my caloric intake.
Right. But it's a little too conscious, I think.
Yeah.
And then today she came into my office and
She's like eating ice cubes.
Well, no, I'm like
I have lettuce and ice cubes for lunch, Jessye. Would you like some?
No, she eats smart ones. But I'm a real freak about, like, monitoring my calories and my macros, my protein, fat, and carbs when I'm dieting and eating well.
See, I don't monitor that stuff.
Yeah, well, she was like, what is this chart? I have this, like, chart, and it's green if I meet my goal, and etc. And she's like, why do you keep track of all this? I'm like, well, I try to eat enough protein so that when I'm dieting, I still can maintain some muscle mass. Because I go to the gym, I lift weights.
Right.
I don't want my body to eat it because I have a deficit.
Yeah.
And so she's, like, asking me all these questions, like, well, why do you keep track of that? Why does it matter? I'm like, I just am trying to, like, get my levels
Well, be healthy about how you're approaching it.
Right. Because I could keep myself to 1,400 calories a day and still be eating crap.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I just wouldn't get to eat as much crap as good food. So I'm trying to teach myself to, like, eat well and get those things that you need.
Right. So if I eat a whole plate full of vegetables, then I'm like, look, I can still eat this cookie.
Right.
Because I really want that cookie.
You gotta give yourself a cookie every once in a while.
Every day?
I don't quite go every day, but I'm trying to be good. If I were just being normal life, I probably would have a cookie every day.
I think if I actually was exercising, it would make a difference. But
yeah,
so far I'm not. I did like a ab workout once last week.
I did abs yesterday and I'm hurting.
That was something.
Oh, baby, I'm hurting.
Sometimes I go for a walk with the dog.
That's good.
It's something.
I just almost choked and died. But I've been actually getting to the gym the last couple days.
I mean, not the Heimlich. They don't call it that anymore. Abdominal thrusts.
Oh, I feel like they called it that in my thing.
Recently?
Yeah.
Well, the American Red Cross doesn't call it the Heimlich anymore because Heimlich, the dude who invented it and they named it after,
is not a good guy.
He went straight off the deep end. He, like, moved to, I want to say Nicaragua or something, because basically his practices weren't condoned in the U.S. He started getting into some weird, like, immunotherapy stuff, and so he was, like, infecting people with AIDS to kill malaria.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's call it abdominal thrusts. This guy seems like a weirdo.
He really, considering how many people's lives he's saved, since the 80s.
Right. Since he said, look, you can get crap out of your throat
use the trapped air. Like, it's fairly amazing. And then to just, like...
get crazy.
Rise up to the pinnacle and then just crash and burn.
That tends to be what successful people do, though.
Yeah. Too many eyes on you.
How do you make money on an idea like that? Was he able to make money on that?
I don't think so much that he made money off of it as that he...
just notoriety type?
Yeah, and so, like, you could probably get funding for research and things like that. And probably the same way the presidents make the monies afterwards. They go speak places.
Right.
And get a handsome fee.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? You do you.
Go for it.
More power to you.
If people wanted to pay me to speak, hell yeah.
If somebody wanted to pay me $400,000 to come chat, I'd be all over it.
Hello.
Where
at what time?
Every president has been doing this since all of time. Do you remember when everyone had, like, tiny heart attacks over the fact that Bill Clinton's haircuts cost $200?
No, I don't.
Oh, it was like a big thing when the news broke, It's like, dude, worry about your own life. Get your shit together.
Yeah. If you want to spend $200 on a haircut, go for it.
If he's got $200 to spend on a haircut, and that's where he wants to spend his money.
Well, because, really.
Kudos.
Really, you think about it. People get so mad because they're like, that's my tax dollars paying for that, right? But the money the president makes from our tax dollars is really so small.
Minute. Compared to the billions of dollars that get wasted away on the stupidest shit.
Right. Like, sure, I would love to make $250,000 a year. That sounds sweet. But
That's
to
amazing.
run the country,
it's a lot of freaking stress.
Let's be real.
They all come out of office looking like haggard as shit.
Yeah.
I mean, just like rough. Like they've been living the street life.
The before and after pictures amaze me.
They're horrifying.
Amaze me.
It's so terrible. I'm like, $250. We pay people who don't do that much for society way more than that.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can't really, that's my thing. You can't really make that argument. They're making most of their money not on tax dollars. It's on other rich people's money.
Yeah.
So
outside interest, which might be part of why we have so many issues in the government.
totally could be,
But hey,
I can't solve all the problems, y'all.
I can't solve all of them for sure.
I just know that presidents get a real hard time, and it kind of just makes me feel bad.
Honestly, I mean, there have definitely been presidents that I have not been a great fan of.
Sure.
But I always have respect for, like, the office and the amount of work and strain. And, I mean, I honestly...
When you have to fear for your life all the time because you're, like...
And your family?
The number one target by... I mean, you know, there's always the crazy
people.
Well, half the country is going to hate you no matter what.
Right.
And then
there's that
more than half, really.
Small splinter faction of them that are just fucking nuts.
Crazy.
Like, gonna bomb your shit.
Yeah, and probably they get death threats all the time. And they got people in other countries wanting to kill you, too. It's not even just America.
Oh, no, it's
just scary.
It's nuts.
So,
and
I don't want to live like that.
No. Definitely not. That's not... Although, I did say I was gonna run in 2020, like, when I was a kid.
Oh my gosh, we talked about this before. I want to be president, too.
First woman president.
The voicemail on my first cell phone was, "You've reached Jessye Shepherd, like, future president," and I think mine was 2035 or something.
Because you have to be 35.
Yeah, or 2025, maybe.
2020 was my first option.
Right, I had the right year. It was 2020, I don't remember anymore, but...
8.
Yeah.
Probably.
And yeah, I'd be like, "So vote for me," like, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, just cheesy. I wish I still had like a
grassroots campaign.
Right. I feel like I wish I still had like a recording of that, because how funny.
I know. I oftentimes think back, like, I wish I would have saved stuff like that, or like voicemails from people or things like that. Like, as much as we save, like, digitally preserve all the pictures and everything, which, I mean, our generation gets to that a lot of generations didn't get to.
True.
I wish I would have, like, preserved more of that stuff.
Well, even the value of a picture these days is just like
me.
Nothing.
I don't even feel 40 selfies I took at lunch.
Right. I don't even feel like people save, like, you know, people used to get pictures and there's photo albums and you, like, love these pictures. And, like, I'm so afraid that I'm going to get old and I'm going to have changed cell phones so many times. Right. Or, like, my computer died and I lost all those pictures. I'm, like, not going to have pictures because I didn't cherish them as much as people used to.
We just assume they're going to be there.
Yeah.
I know.
That scares me.
It is a little sketchy.
That's why I'm trying to, like, figure out in my brain how I can make sure that I make that a priority with my kids.
They have, like, you can print out
make little books and stuff. Yeah.
And I feel like I don't do it because I'm always, like, waiting to get good pictures to put in them. And I'm like, no, I'm missing the point. You just put the pictures you took in them.
Right.
Because you're not going to look back and be like, oh, look at this perfectly posed picture we all took. It's going to be all the pictures. Remember when we did this? Remember when we did that? So, I don't know. It's like a little bit of a dilemma.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it's also so convenient to be like, oh, they're all here on these drives, but...
Right.
And you don't have, like, stacks of photo albums or whatever. But, although, when we went to Disneyland... We went right before, well, like, the beginning of December, and I printed out a book, and then I made, like, a disc, and I put When You Wish Upon a Star music in the background and made a slideshow.
Yeah.
And gave it to the boys at Christmas. So
that's nice.
They have, you know, a little book they could thumb through and look, you know, and we could play the
good memories
slideshow, and it was really good, and they weren't all perfect pictures, and...
Right. It was just, look at our fun trip. We were crazy.
It was totally worth it. So, I think that's
cute.
A great idea.
Yeah.
Those little book things are good.
They're cool.
So, right now we have a bear table because I refused to tell Jessye what I was going to do. And now...
It's a surprise!
I can't find the thing that I was going to do.
OMG. OMG.
Now, I know what it is, but I was looking for one specific one. And you know how Pinterest is. Sometimes it just gets crazy.
That's true.
Because you have so many things. Well, and they took away, did you notice, like, this last week, they took away the whole, you can't like stuff on Pinterest anymore.
Oh, I don't think I ever used that, to be honest.
I mean, I didn't often, sometimes. But, so you can only, save everything. And then they also, remember when you used to send stuff to people? And it was a little paper airplane?
Oh, yeah.
I loved that.
They took that away, too?
Now it looks like the download thing that, your email has. It's lame.
Wow, Pinterest getting less creative.
The like button, I was like, eh. But this one,
That's just gone too far.
Very upset about. So, this is my idea. You have a friend that just had an adorable baby girl, yeah?
I do.
And I really have wanted to make something like this, but I don't have any adorable baby girls to make them for or give them to. So I thought, why don't we do this?
That would be fun.
Okay, are you ready for this?
Ready.
Tiny baby barefoot crochet sandals.
Those are sweet.
I know you're not
I can't crochet.
big into the crocheting, but I will be right here. So,
I'm too much of a perfectionist for that madness.
Well, this is fun because she's small enough. So sweet.
I need to meet her.
And this is your excuse.
This is going to be my excuse to meet this baby.
Look what we made. I made you a present. I have to come give it to you. Yeah.
That's a great plan.
So, do they have a color theme? Are they big into... I was just curious if you had any idea color-wise what you wanted to do. I've got yarn in pretty much every color. We just have to go pick some out.
You know what? Let's look at the colors of her baby room. I think she posted that one day. And she kind of did a florally...
Well, those are cute because they have flowers on them.
Yeah, she did a floral... It's pinky.
I mean, for a baby girl, you can't really go wrong doing something in pink.
Right.
But then there's always the random mom who's like, I hate pink. And her baby has all purple.
Okay, but can I show you? Babies are precious.
They are.
And so she posted this picture. Her brother also has a daughter. She's a couple of years old, maybe 3 or 4. I don't know. I can't tell the age of kids.
By just looking at them.
I just don't know.
I mean, most people can't really. There's an estimate, 3 or 4.
Yeah. And so she posted this picture, and they're both asleep in the back of the car holding hands.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
just cousins loving each other.
Yeah, and you can tell the bigger cousin just totally is reaching over because she has a little baby fist going, and she's holding around it. I'm just gonna hold your hand while I fall asleep.
This is my baby cousin, and I love you.
Oh,
it's just
so sweet,
precious.
I know. It makes me sad. There's no little babies in our family anymore.
Yeah, I kind of want babies around.
But not necessarily yours.
I'm just not quite there yet. Yeah. When we got a house and
things,
and we and we're married. That's a big step too. But so these are the pictures of the baby room.
We are being creepers. We will not talk about where she lives.
I won't give you her address. No.
Oh, I do remember seeing these because it was kind of a little bohemian on maybe a little bohemian huntress or something.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so pretty. This dream catcher, we should make some of those.
That'd be great. I love dream catchers. So they're fun.
Pretty. Yeah, that's so neat. And just super cute. And there is little pink and gray and lots of different textures, florals. Okay. So what if we could do the sandal part gray and the flower pink.
Love it.
Would that work?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're mostly gonna have to just go find some yarn. Actually, I'm not sure what kind of pinks I have. They might be loud. You can come pick out of the Boxo yarn.
Okay.
So we decided on not pink because I didn't have a nice pink. It was loud.
It was pretty loud.
Very bright.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
But I really like that. I saw that purple and I was like, gotta have it. I feel like this is only for cats.
Yeah. I don't know. I got a whole bunch of yarn from my grandma once, and it was all rolled in balls like that. Like, once your, like, whole skein of yarn starts getting all floppy and crazy, it's probably the best thing to do with it.
Oopsies. I got a little knot.
All right. So we're going to do, like, a heather gray for the sandal. And then we're going to do dark purple for the flower and maybe a little burst of light purple in the middle.
Yeah.
Which should be good. I like to make things for babies like without buttons and bobbles and stuff just because I'm always paranoid they're going to choke.
Just in case.
Just in case. When I first learned to crochet, I feel like everything was really tightly stitched.
I think that's kind of my issue, is I'm too tight, and then, you know, when you're too tight, just nothing seems...
Well, it's more difficult just to, like, reinsert your hook or do anything. So I think that as I've gotten more comfortable, I've just kind of cruised along. So we'll pin this, of course, so you guys can find it.
Get on our Pinterest!
It always tells me what kind of weight of yarn I should use, and I always just use whatever the heck yarn that I have that I want to use. I mean, sometimes for a project I'll go buy yarn, but usually I just use what I got. And then
got a lot of yarn. Y'all should see the kind of yarn Tab has.
It's impressive.
It's crazy. Just a whole trunk full.
And it suggests an F or an E hook, so I'm using an F because that was the one I found first. This is how I'm doing things. So this is suggesting that we chain 8, and then we're going to do a slip stitch to form a ring. And this is for the little toe circle. So, boom. See? It has a little toe circle. Now this says chain 2. This counts as our first double crochet. And then we're going to double crochet twice into the ring, and that's going to form the base of our triangle. We're making, they're like little gladiator type sandals, which is really cute. I mean, all babies need gladiator sandals.
Duh.
I mean, I think they do. I don't know. I never had girls to do adorable things like this with.
That's true.
I did get to crochet Remy a beard.
Oh, yeah.
That he wears sometimes. He thinks it's pretty funny. So that's something, I guess. So we're starting our little triangle. Now, if you got really ambitious, you could just take this other F hook and just start doing the same thing I'm doing. I feel like you're not going to go for that.
I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
So I've got 3 stitches. I'm going to double crochet and then do a double crochet in each stitch across. We're making a larger triangle. It's going to be great. So I feel like if I just literally name off stitches for the next however long, it's going to be really boring. So we should chat about something else.
What do you want to chat about?
That was lovely.
My last week's been a little crazy. And, like, one day, well, so I was, like, up kind of late doing that podcast, right, because I procrastinated, so I didn't get a whole lot of sleep that night. And then the next day, I wasn't feeling very well. I think it was, like, some hormonal just imbalance or something, and so I wasn't feeling good, and I couldn't eat because I was, like, feeling really sick. And then, I'm not pregnant, just...
Okay.
And then, so I didn't eat much that day. And then work was, like, really stressful. And, like, everything just seemed really stressful. And the whole day I was just off. And my boss kept, like, asking, like, are you okay? Do you need to go home? I'm like, no. And then I went home and I just, like, cried.
Oh.
Because I was just like, I'm just way stressed out.
Yeah.
And then we had to play a volleyball game. We lost that game. And it was not a good day.
Sometimes that just happens. Honestly, there are times when I purposefully sit down and watch shows that I know are going to make me cry because I'm like, I'm just in the mood to cry.
You need to cry.
And I'm just going to sit here and do that.
Did you ever watch This Is Us?
No.
Oh my God.
I'm saving it for one of those days.
It is. I cried every episode.
Yeah.
At least once.
Every single person I've talked to has been like, it's just like gut wrenching.
It is.
And
it's so good though.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. I mean, even men. I'm like, they're like, I'm bawling watching that show. I'm like, what?
Blake has like, he's always like, that was a hard one. That was a hard one to keep it together. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. And every time we watch it, because like the dad's like so cute with the kids and stuff. And I'm like, I'm like, be just like that. He's so sweet. Well, and then I'm like obsessed with this new little family I follow on Instagram. Last night at trivia, I'm like, we're in between rounds and I'm sitting there watching my phone, like this video on my phone. I'm like almost crying, like at Woodstocks. It's this sweet little family who, like, she's always wanted to be a mom, but then she found out she's like not fertile.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have to adopt, right? And of course, like everybody who wants to adopt wants just a healthy baby, right? Which is kind of hard
to normal
right
thing that you're going to go look for.
But it's a little hard to find because usually babies that are up for adoption
maybe they come from different circumstances,
right.
Or
So finally their social worker got to them and was like, sorry we haven't found anybody. Have you ever thought about having babies with Down syndrome? Like just trying, because I'm sure they're constantly looking for people to take babies with Down syndrome, which is awful. And she said that she just like felt like pulled to that, like something
that was it.
Yeah, something was telling her like, don't say no. And holy moly, they got the cutest little family I ever seen. They now have like 2 Down syndrome kids, and then they have one other girl that I think she's got something else going on, and they're just sweet. And she has a little Instagram and she posts about their life, and I just love it.
That's so sweet.
I know.
It really gives you that like perspective of like what's really important.
Mm-hmm.
And that's precious.
Yeah, tomorrow is Friday.
I have lists and lists and lists of things to do.
My house is a disaster.
Oh, I still, after we arranged the boys' rooms, I haven't gotten them fully clean, and they are not helping the situation, because every time I organize things and then they
find a toy they forgot about, of course,
and it all falls apart, and then I'm like, okay, we really got to get this done. And honestly, it's something I need to do without them being there, because you can't throw anything away. But that's the piece of paper that I wrote the thing on. I don't care. It's going in the trash.
Have you ever looked at it after that?
Right. Or
that's a hard lesson to learn, really.
Man, I'm worried they're going to be little hoarders.
They're just kids. You can't make that judgment yet.
I don't know. Jackson is reluctant to throw away the little Danimal containers from the little yogurt smoothies. Like, he's always got them somewhere. And I'm like, why is this under your bed? What is this doing on the shelf? Why do you need these? And then, like, the applesauce, the squeezy applesauces. Like
those are my favorite.
The little things on the top. Because they're, like, little winged things. Like, can't get rid of them. I'm like, dude, put it in the trash. It's trash.
That's weird. I found the coolest thing.
I mean, he's a fidgeter. He likes to, like, mess with stuff all the time. So, like, when we're even out and about, he'll find some random... I'm like, that is someone's garbage. And I've tried to discourage him from picking up other people's garbage. But then once he touches it, I make him take it and throw it away.
I'm kind of a fidgeter, too. That's where I think my hair thing came about, where I pick all my split ends.
Yeah.
It's, like, just something to do. But I found we went to Toys R Us the other day. Blake, my boyfriend, and I. And I found this gift, I think,
for
boys...
fun?
Well, I was buying a present. It was my cousin's son's first birthday this weekend.
Oh.
So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Already.
I know, crazy.
Goes fast.
And so we got him some balls. He loves balls. And then we got him a book, too.
Most kids do, honestly.
And
they're fun.
Right. So, but we were there, and there's this, it's a hat, but the front and the top of the bill of the hat is like a Lego base.
Oh my gosh. So you can build a creation and wear
on
it on your
hair.
head.
On your head.
I like it.
I think I need to
My
get
kids
them.
would like that.
I think I need to get that for them.
They would be very excited, I'm sure.
I was going to look on Amazon because, you know, Toys R Us is insanely expensive.
It is crazy. And,
But
you
it
know, a
was
lot of
awesome.
places that are like that. I mean, because, like, honestly, like, Joann's and Michael's are insanely expensive. But insanely? Did I just say that? Is this starting to look like a uterus?
A little like a uterus.
A little bit like a uterus. Hoping it's going to get better. But they always have crazy coupons.
That's true.
Like, that's how you
And
deal with
Toys R Us,
that.
I might not have even looked because we
I
were.
don't even feel like Toys R Us is, like, big into coupons.
Yeah, I don't know. We were kind of in a hurry, so I was just trying to get out of there. I also got him this little thing. He's not really old enough for it yet, but he will be someday.
That's the thing. Kids keep growing.
Yeah. It's like a long puzzle thing, and it has his name on it, like these little letters, and it's like a puzzle, so you could take the letters out, and he can learn to spell his little name.
Yeah, the boys had little wooden ones like that were fun. Just different things, helicopters and stuff that were cute. What is his name?
Levi.
Levi. That's cute. Did you have it specially made?
Yeah. I got it on Etsy.
Okay, because I was like, no way you, like, walked into Target and they were like, here's our Levi puzzle.
Yeah, no.
I mean, there are some names where I would buy that. Josh.
Right.
You know, but not Levi.
And, well, I had bought one for one of my coworkers' kids' second birthdays. And it's so funny. Apparently she loves it, and she, like, refuses to, like, acknowledge that it's her name. So, like, Janelle's always like, that's your name. That's Kylie. And she's like, no, Mama, ABCs. And she's like, no, Kylie, it's your name. It says Kylie. She's like, no, Mama, ABCs.
Yeah. At some point, she's going to realize that your ABCs make your name.
Your name. Yeah, it's just cute. She always, and apparently she was, like, obsessed with it for the first couple of days and would not let anybody else touch it. And, you know, you always like to hear those cute little things about something you gave somebody.
For sure. Especially, like, with kids. And I remember before I had kids, like, going and picking out presents and being like, am I getting the right age-appropriate thing? Am I getting...
Right.
Or is it something they're actually going to like? Is it, you know... Now I don't worry about it. I am like, they're kids. They're going to play with it for 5 minutes. It's going to get broken.
Right. Well, and 1-year-old is a hard age to look for. Because they had so many things for, like, 1 and under, and then, like, 2 and up.
Right.
And I'm
so you're not, like, you're in a stage where it's like, well, I don't want them putting this in their mouth, but also, like, this is a little too dumb for...
Yeah. I'm like,
dumb
what
down
about
for
the
a
1
kid
to 2-year-olds?
Yeah. Well.
Also, she didn't really want a lot of toys. We still got balls.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think, like, most parents say that because it is. It gets ridiculous. You end up with so many toys.
Mm-hmm.
But no kid's ever like, man, you got me toys.
Right.
I mean, they're always fine with it, so...
And I
nothing else.
I think my favorite thing about little babies' birthdays, like 1-year-old, because really 2, they start getting it. But 1 years old, just opening presents is they don't
even know what's happening.
They can't figure it out, and they don't understand why you keep putting a toy in front of their face and then you take it away.
Right.
And then you put another toy in front of their face, they get excited about it, you take it away.
Or and then you put a box in front of their face and act all excited, and they're like, "What do I do with this?"
Like,
you know?
Okay, box.
No, you gotta open it up.
And they just look at you like, what the heck is wrong with you? Like, what is this game that we're playing? I don't like it. Because their face lights up, and then they get super sad. And then their face lights up, then they get super sad.
You're like, sorry, kid. Move on.
Oh, man. It's funny, though.
Maybe we should make her a matching headband.
Oh.
That would be cute.
Babies are sweet.
They're so fun because you get to tell them everything to do. You wear this outfit. You look adorable in it. Boom. You know how much I have to fight with my kids over what they're wearing? I'm like, you look like you're homeless. Go put on something that doesn't have holes in it. Throw those in the trash. Remy's favorite pair of flip-flops, the, like, flip part came out. I don't know. You know, like the little
He
tag.
still tries to rewear them?
And I would have to like glue it, and then I put, I saw a thing, you put a bread tie, life hack, put a bread tie on it so it doesn't fall through.
Right.
I've done it all. I'm like, Remy, it's going in the trash. No! Like, it's drama. I'm like, dude, you have flip-flops that actually fit and aren't broken. Can we please?
That's sad.
I quit buying them colored flip-flops. They always I want these green ones. I want these red ones. I'm like, you get black. Because at least they don't look dirty and nasty all the time.
All you get is black.
Black everything.
Voila, it's a baby shoe.
Apparently, I'm not going to be able to do this. If I get too many margaritas, then we're going to not be making anything. Because we went to lunch and we had a margarita at lunch, which is like, we didn't have clinic or anything today, so no patients were involved.
That's good.
With our day.
You've got needles in people's eyes and you just had a couple shots of tequila.
No. Never,
Does
never.
not seem like a good idea.
But like the general rule of business is that you can have like a drink at lunch, and we're legitimately working on paperwork, when we get back, so no big deal. But so yeah, we had margaritas at lunch too, and now I'm like, I'm gonna make margaritas. So
my virgin one was delicious.
You sucked it down.
I'm a fan. Well, that's what I told you. That's my problem with going and having margaritas out. I drink them so fast because I like them so much, and then my head hurts.
Oh yeah.
And then
you think, if I have another margarita, maybe my headache will go away.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I've sipped them down so freaking fast, and I'm drunk as hell.
Yeah. Honestly, everybody's like, woo, let's go to the margarita mix-off. And I'm like, let's not. Because I know it's not going to be good.
Well, I'm especially like, see, stuff like that, when I'm not drinking, big deal, right? I can go out with everybody and not drink, fine. Okay, moving on. But a thing like a margarita mix-off, if I've got to go walk around and everybody's drinking margaritas and I can't even drink a damn margarita, I don't want to go.
Can they make you virgin ones?
I don't know. I don't know if anybody's like prepared for that.
Or if they're just, what? I mean, come on. If you're like, I'm DD, like, they gotta make virgin ones.
You think, yeah.
I don't know. If we all go to the margarita mix-off, I'm not drinking margaritas all day. Mm-mm. In the heat, you're like so hot and they're cold and you're just like, oh, this is great. This is gonna be so good. It just so quickly turns from like, oh, I've had a few margaritas and this is fun, to like, I might die.
Yeah.
And hangovers are no joke anymore. So I'm like not excited to do that.
Yeah. Well, and heat and alcohol just really don't mix.
No.
Like when Jake and I used to go to Warped Tour.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we went before I was 21. Obviously, my brother wasn't 21.
Dehydrated.
Right. And I'm like,
dancing in the heat.
Yeah. I'm like, maybe I'll let Jake drive home. I'll have a couple beers. I'm like, that just does not sound appealing at all.
I do like to have, sometimes I'll have a beer or like I'll make a margarita or something and just float in the pool and drink one.
That sounds lovely.
But I'm like in water.
Yeah.
And I always wear sunscreen.
You're comfortable heat.
Drink a lot of water, so you
don't have a bunch of clothes on.
And I don't suck them down because it's like hot and dusty.
Yeah.
So, speaking of which, we got another pool to set up. We just have the like little above ground pools to set up, in our backyard. And we had the same one for like 3 years, and it had the like inflatable top ring.
Oh, right.
Which, I mean, it's really easy to set up, and that's great. But what was not great was when a hole got in the top ring.
Oh.
And at first, it would just, because it never would like completely deflate. It wasn't like the whole pool went down or something.
Right.
It was just like I came out and you could see, because I have sand all around it. I came out in the morning and I'm like, what the heck happened? There's like a spot dug out in the sand, like from water, and the pool looked low. Like, what's going on? So, and it didn't seem to be an issue. So I filled it like back up and stuff. And then, and so like this went on like several days in a row before I realized, oh, the thing like on the ring on the top is getting too low. And it wasn't like exactly level. So like in the one end where it was low, it was, coming over the side. And then once it starts going, like it won't stop until it's down low enough that it was, right. So it was kind of a mess. Like last month we had it up. So I was like, that's the end of that pool. It's done. So plus, honestly, it was like the brightest blue. And I mean, I have my backyard set up to be kind of beachy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like blue doesn't go, but it was an eyesore. I'm just
what does it look like now?
Good Lord.
The one you're going to set up.
I just ordered one that's got the frame to put up. So I won't have to like, I always would be like yelling at, don't hang on the side of the pole,
Yeah.
Which not that they should anyways with this one, but at least I don't have to stress about it like washing them away.
Right.
But I found one in gray.
That's nice.
Which will be very neutral. I mean, we have our fence stained gray and everything, so I think it'll blend in nicely.
Great.
And I'm excited I honestly, I like to just go be able to lay in the pool in the backyard in the little, it's not that big of a pool, but it's really nice in the summer.
Yeah.
It's so hot.
It gets so hot here. It's true. It's hard to not have a pool.
Do you guys have a pool at your apartment complex?
Do not. But my parents have one, so, and
oh, that's true.
I always said if I don't love to swim. I'm not gonna lie about it at all. So I always think I'm gonna go over there a whole bunch, and I don't ever because there's really never a time where I'm like, I need to swim. I could live my whole life without swimming.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually I like to swim. Like, I enjoy swimming in itself. Having a pool that size is not really I'm going to swim. Because, I mean, I grew up there's a lake.
Right.
And we'd go to the lake all the time. And, I mean, you can legit swim for a long time at the lake because you can swim way out in the lake and swim way back. So, I actually do really like to swim, but I also just like to be in the water or be next to the water.
I don't necessarily think it's, swimming that I don't like. It's I get pruny within 5 seconds and then my whole body's just uncomfortable and I don't like getting my hair wet and
yeah,
I don't know, it's just really more of a pain in the butt than I want it to be usually. And I always think that I want to just sit there and float, but it's the same thing with tanning. I get just really bored. I lay there for 5 minutes, I'm like, now what?
Man, I like to just put my music on. I have my little speaker out there. I just play music off my phone. I mean, if the kids aren't around, I listen to some of my podcasts, but some of them are not super children appropriate. And it's nice. And honestly, if I can lay there for 5 minutes, I'll fall asleep. If I can lay there for 5 minutes without somebody going, Mom, I'm like, I need this, I will straight up fall asleep.
Maybe I'll have to try again.
I just need, and those little micro naps are so great.
I think I might be afraid to fall asleep on top of the pool.
Well, I always have sunscreen on. And if I do, get in and I am feeling I'm going to be able to actually lay here and relax, I'll usually set an alarm on my phone.
That's smart.
So if the music's going or whatever, after 30 minutes or so, I'll be turn over. So I don't get completely fried. I don't want to be sunburnt, ever in my life again.
It's the worst.
I
got a little pink this weekend. It's gone now.
Yeah, I get tiny bits of pink. I had sunscreen on and I got a little pink sitting at the baseball game last weekend.
Yeah.
But in 2 days it was gone.
That's where I got my little son, was at a baseball game.
Yeah. I fried myself so bad when I was younger. I can't do it.
It's bad. There's really nothing good about it.
So horrible for you.
When I was a kid, it used to turn into a tan. That doesn't even happen anymore. So there's really no benefits to getting sunburnt.
Do you just freckle?
Well, I do freckle a lot, but I don't even do that as much as I used to. It just goes back to white.
Yeah, I can definitely tan. I mean, I get darker. I mean, never so much as like when I was younger and I actually had time to just lay in the sun for long periods of time. At the most, I'm like, okay, I got 30 minutes, you know, to enjoy being out in the sun. But I don't know. I mean, besides the whole skin cancer thing, I'm also just, it's so uncomfortable.
Yep.
Why
can't
would you
wear
do
any
that?
clothes. And
It's
you're
miserable.
just hot.
And it's so gross. I don't want other people to see my skin peeling off me, like sloughing off my body. That's not an attractive thing as an adult.
And then you gotta like pull on it and stuff.
Oh,
and
you
that's
got
even
it.
grosser.
It's fun to play with.
Yep, man, life is hard.
I don't know. I haven't gotten like an actual sunburn in a really long time, and I have no desire to.
I wish I had cute little baby feet.
I mean, we can totes make grown-up ones. I don't know what you're gonna wear them for.
For my beach wedding.
I was gonna say, if you were gonna have a beach wedding, we could. I had a beach wedding, and I was barefoot, and I didn't even put anything cute on my feet.
It's okay.
I mean, my nails were done, and I have toe rings, so that's a thing.
Worked. I like that this craft. I just get to watch Tab make crafts.
I know, I feel kind of bad.
No, trust me. This is great.
You're like, I'm fine.
I'm A-okay with life.
Oh, goodness.
Sometimes I think I'm going to learn how.
I mean, I first learned to crochet when I was 8. My grandma, like, taught me how to make a chain. And till I was about 16, that's all I knew how to do. I just kept making chains. No, I made chains for a little bit and then I quit. And then when I was 16, I was doing my senior project.
Yeah.
And so I did a project with Warm Up America, which is like company. It's like a nonprofit thing. But it's a charity. They have members. You make blankets and they hand them out to like homeless people and like families after fires and all kinds of stuff. And so that's what I decided to do. And so I was like, well, I'm gonna have to like relearn how to really crochet. And I think since then I've just crocheted. And I kind of self-taught myself, reading patterns and doing stuff, looking online. How do I make the stitch kind of thing? Most of it, to the point where now I just will just sit down and be like, I'm gonna make this, and I know enough behind the patterns to just be able to like make something myself,
right? Which
is the best. I mean, I guess it took a few years, but
yeah, that's why, like, did your rubber ducky and stuff? Did you have
the rubber ducky I did follow. I wasn't really into like amigurumi is the name for crocheting tiny animals.
Amigurumi, okay.
And so I didn't actually know much about that. So the rubber ducky I followed a pattern for. And then I think a Bigfoot I just made. The Kraken I followed a pattern for. The Loch Ness Monster I just made.
Okay.
And, Jackson has a winged narwhal that I just made.
Oh.
So, yeah, I just went for it on those ones.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's a combo of, like, learning how to, kind of once you learn how to do the general idea of something, it's like, oh, okay, well, I can apply that same concept to this shape or
right,
whatever. But I actually was thinking about that not that long ago because I bought some really cute yarn that I was going to do a unicorn with, and I just haven't done it. It really is more of like a fall, winter activity because, yarn is warm,
That's true.
Like when you're...
Especially when you got it, like...
If you're working on a blanket and it's like on top of you,
Yeah.
And there's always so many things going on in the summer. And then once, like, late fall hits, it's like, holiday.
True.
And, like, just flies by. So, I tend to do it more in, like, early fall or winter. You all should follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We're just Booze and Glues on Instagram, at Booze and Glues on Twitter, facebook.com/Booze and Glues. We're trying to keep it simple for you people.
Pinterest is just Booze and Glues?
Booze and Glues on Pinterest.
No ampersand?
Spell it out. There's no ampersand. That's right. And yeah, happy Cinco de Quatro. Enjoy your made-up holidays.
I'm like way too focused on this right now to be...
I'm going to keep drinking this margarita. I might go get some more.
I've been done for forever.
There's some in the freezer.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks. Thank you guys so much for listening and supporting us and sharing and liking and all the good stuff. If you get a chance, hop on iTunes and give us a rating. That helps with like our visibility.
Yeah. Make sure you're subscribed.
Subscribe. That's huge.
And then you never miss a craft with Tab and Jessye.
Yeah. Share us with your friends. And seriously, we love you all so much. We really appreciate your support. And we're happy that we get to share our crafting and drinking with you.
Yeah.
So drink up.
You got craft to do.
Nice.
Oh my God, we did it. But that's because you had to start it.
That's okay. If that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do. Bye.
Bye, Felicia.